we've been tasked with an assignment to use our voice to do the kingdom work. And so the girls are bad. The girls are bad. The girls are bad. The girls are bad.
You are now tuned into your favorite homegirls. I'm Randi Noble.
And I am Jazy the Empress, aka Jazy Rich. And we are your Conscious Baddie Coaches.
Welcome to our collective and movement dedicated to the next generation of bold leaders.
As voices in this new digital era, we are redefining influence one baddie at a time.
Period. We do not follow the herd. We set the standard and walk boldly in our purpose because this is bigger than us.
Exactly. It's about building legacy over likes, shifting the culture, and leaving an impact that outlives the timeline.
Because together, we not only run the world,
we transform it. I know that's right.
The girls are back.
We are. I am so excited because first off, your girl had a week last week. I feel like a whole brand new woman. I'm not going to hold you.
Celebrating your birthday, your solar return.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles. How did that feel?
It was quite an amazing celebration. It was soul fulfilling. I really enjoyed being able to escape this icy tundra on the East Coast, which is starting to warm up a little bit. Like next week is going to be 61 degrees. Let's get into it. But it was such a blessing to be able to go celebrate with my West Coast family, and I would not have had it any other way. So I want to give a very special shout out to all of my family and friends that helped make my birthday amazing. Thank you so much. I love y'all.
You enjoyed yourself, and I hope you feel the love that you give out day after day after day.
Thank you, bestie. I just wish you were there, but you were there in spirit. And you know I love you. So I feel like we're always together, even though we're in a long distance relationship.
Okay. And yes, we have our trip at the end of the month to look forward to. So.
And the girls are back. The girls are back. Exactly. So yes. We are basically almost a month and a half into this new year of 2026. And where are we at with it? Like, we've literally been locked in talking about personal development in our past few episodes, and then locking in with that work in Conscious Baddies University. And we'd be lying if we said that it was easy. Because it's
not. Yeah, it is quite the challenge, but we're conscious baddies, so we're always up for a challenge and to rise to the occasion, because we're all about transformation and staying anchored and rooted in our process. So
exactly.
Here we
are. Like so we've gone over mindset, we've talked about character, and then last episode we discussed emotional maturity. And I feel like within the past month or so, it's been just work in real time. And there's been some challenges that we've experienced, but along the way, we're literally taking you guys along with our journey, and we're really working it out together in Conscious Baddies University. So, Homegirl, I want you to do a little dive into something that has really stood out to you during the past month or so, or like a challenge that you feel like you have been overcoming by applying the knowledge that we've been learning.
Okay, so when we spoke about character in week 2, and our Conscious Baddie Code was integrity is a daily subscription, this lesson really came into play for me when it comes to time management. So that it's very important for me to be impeccable with my time. Just how people say, be impeccable with your word, be impeccable with your time and the commitments and responsibilities concerning your time.
Real.
So I noticed that, I mean, this is across the board for me. It's been across the board for quite a while. I would say most of my adult years, I've struggled with just being punctual and on time for my responsibilities, my commitments,
Fact.
and there'll be times where I will be on it, and then there's times where it fluctuates and I just go back into this inconsistency pattern. And so I noticed it springing up again in the month of January where I was not on time for my job, like on multiple occasions. And it got to the point where, my management had to speak to me about it at work. And I mean, it's not a good feeling. And
Yeah.
it's not because I feel convicted about it. I
Right.
think that's the difference is like God has already told me that, hey, you're going to have to tighten up here because there's levels that I want to take you to. And if this is a leak, if this is an energy leak right here, um, you're gonna miss what I have for you. You're not gonna be able to steward the new responsibilities, the greater responsibilities if you can't just show up on time to your 9 to 5 every day.
So good. Girl, that's
So
good.
yeah. So I know for sure that moving forward, I have got to continue to like uproot. Like we talked about this, Jazz. Like I have to uproot in real time when I feel like that is slipping, like I'm slipping and I'm getting, loose. And I have to be able
Mm,
to uproot and then also set myself up for success. Because
yeah.
if I'm just, it's going to come out of motivation and the will to want it, it's just
Right.
that's not enough. I
It's
actually
not.
have to do my night care routine. I have to be intentional with the time that I spend at night to actually prepare me for a easeful morning and as many limited distractions in the morning as possible so that I can be on time.
Girl, preach. And you are not the only one that goes through this time blindness because I definitely have it. And I know that there's so many of our listeners that are working on something like that because you might think it's small and it's like no big deal, but no, it actually creeps into everything else. How you do one thing is how you show up in all things. And so I love the fact that through applying the knowledge that we're also learning and sharing in real time, you're able to see certain elements in your life that don't align with your belief system and the truth statements that you have about yourself. And it's impacting your own integrity or the way that you show up. And because you recognize that it's not in alignment with your truth, you have to do the actions and the work to unsubscribe from it. And it might look like creating, like you said, set yourself up for success, like create a new system and figure out
Mhm.
what it is that's making you repeat this habit that does not serve you, that is no longer in alignment with the version of yourself that you're choosing to become. And recognizing that it does take that action of first that recognition and then the decision to uproot it from your reality so that you can like transform that simple act into something that's actually empowering for you and in alignment. So I'm proud of you, sis. It
Thank
means a
you.
lot.
It's not easy, but I'm here and we're transforming. How
I
about
love
you? Anything that came up for you throughout this month of personal development that was challenging?
I mean, yeah, so it's been, I feel like just going through this process of creating a new life design system based on our beliefs and our truths, what we know to be true about ourselves, has been a wake up call for me. And an area that I really leaned into during this time is in the way that I take care of my body, like with intentional care, just taking care of my physical health. Mind you, when I launched in this new year, that wasn't on my mind. It wasn't like a New Year's resolution. It wasn't a goal to get in the best shape of my life, but it was something that was directly connected to my self-control and also like habit stacking, like something where I can physically step outside of my comfort zone every day and do what I don't want to do because I recognize the real benefits that come with it. So before, when it comes down to the gym and working out, I like working out because it feels good. Like you like to feel good. So we get that that's something that comes with it, but that wasn't enough to make me be consistent with it. And when I would have consistent spurts, it would be through like challenges or different things like that. And then I would get thrown off by either my lifestyle and something that I'm doing or traveling. And so I've always had this on and off relationship with my physical health and fitness. And so I started hitting the gym earlier this year. Like I literally January 1st, I was in the gym and I was like, cool, I'm starting the new year off. Right. And then I traveled like that first week in January, didn't work out, didn't want to, was so like detached from it. And then once we started discussing what we're subscribing to, what we're unsubscribing to, and I made that truth statement for my health, like, which is I take exceptional care of my body with intention, something like that. I had to reflect on like, what does that look like? Like, I keep my body in exceptional condition with intentional care. So if I'm keeping my body in exceptional condition by using intentional care, that it's that intentional word. What does intentional care look like? And it shifted my actions, right? So now I'm prioritizing the way that I'm taking care of my body, which the easiest, quote unquote, thing for me to understand that is like going to the gym. Like, let me just work out every day. Let me show up for myself here because that's how I know I'm doing it with intentional care. And so it started off with day 1 and then it went to day 2 and I'm like, okay, day 3 of getting in the best shape of my life. And I had started this Instagram for my own accountability. It's Jazy Body. And it's not because I want to grow the account, but so I can document my process and keep myself accountable. I started this, y'all, back in like September, but again, it was inconsistent. But once I started going every day, I'm just like posting like day 1 of getting in the best shape of my life. Day 2, y'all, I am today is day 25 of me getting in the best shape of my life.
Clap it up. Clap it
Let me 25 days. Mind you, so when it comes down to the challenges and what that has looked like, it's pushed me, it's like really stretched me because I have traveled during this time. I've turned up during this time, and there would be days where I did not feel like doing it. I've had a hangover before and I had no clue how I could show up. But before the night was over, I would still show up for myself in the gym, even if it's doing something low impact or choosing to do Pilates. During my birthday weekend in LA, I literally was still working out every day and figuring out a way to make it happen and to show up for myself. And through this process, I've had to step outside of my emotions, step outside of my comfort, all the reasons not to. I've had a cold, like I've gotten sick. I feel like I've gone through each thing that would be like, oh, okay, just rest. Like, no, it's okay. You can take a day off. And it's literally not about like having a day off or not resting and just going hard. On my rest day, I still show up. I'm going to show up and do some Pilates. I'm going to literally show up and just do a 20-minute low impact ride on the Peloton, because it's not about just doing it to do it. It's about the commitment that I've made to myself and not allowing discomfort or my emotions or different circumstances to get in the way of me disconnecting with that truth that I know about myself. So that's my big one.
That's huge. And that's what our Conscious Baddie Code is about. Your faith is proven by what you do, not just what you believe in. So we can swear up and down we are this and that. We can affirm it, we can believe it, we can profess it. But when it comes down to it, our faith is measured by the actions that we take daily.
Definitely.
In, day out.
Yeah, you can't fake the funk. And we're just really out here trying to master ourselves, because if you do not master yourself will master you, yourself and all your habits, bad habits, all of your repetitive cycles. This is how you break the cycle. And this is why the theme of the year is you are what you subscribe to, because the common denominator is you. You are the one that's subscribing to this. You are the one that has to unsubscribe to that. And it's literally been our daily anchor, just as a reminder and a compass in our decision making as we go through this journey and bring you guys along with us. Yes. Which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. It's been so blessed, because I think a lot of people share things from a place of like, I've mastered this and I never have to get better at this and I can teach you. And the reality is, like, this is a daily commitment. Like, self-mastery is something that you can always learn and grow and evolve in. So there's not really a ceiling for that. So we're just showing you how it continues to evolve within us from week to week, and inviting you for a seat at the table to be a part of this transformation with us.
Yeah. And in CBU, like in Conscious Baddies University, we are currently moving through our belief-based life design system, because that's where it all starts. Like, it starts with your beliefs. But without taking action and applying the knowledge, you will literally stay stuck. You will stay stuck in the same loop, repeat the same cycles, and basically get nowhere, or just inch slowly. And while, it's one step at a time, it has to be an intentional step. You have to move. A step is a movement. So if you stay doing the same things without applying the knowledge and like really activating for change, you're going to pretend like it's not affecting you, or fall onto your coping mechanisms of, the discomfort that you feel from avoidance and lack of accountability. You'll victimize yourself just to justify your accent, or even point the finger at other people as if they are stopping you from doing you.
Talk about it. Yeah. And I mean, that's what the culture is pushing, right? Like, they're pushing, you don't have to take accountability, and making excuses and justifying whatever it is, and going based off of feeling, as opposed to moving from a place of obedience and reverence for God. Like, that is where the spiritual alignment and the actual elevation is birthed. Like, that's the real source, is our connection to God.
That's so true. I mean, based on the worlds, like, you can follow your feelings, do what feels right today. It's all about that immediate gratification, like protect your peace and, get your rest when you don't feel like showing up. And this is why most people are okay with being inconsistent, or, you're stuck in that hustle culture and you're okay with feeling overwhelmed, because in reality, that's what your nervous system is now used to. And it's keeping you stuck in these same, repetitive cycles, right? Because hustle culture told us to grind, whereas soft life culture tells us to avoid discomfort. And both leave you undisciplined.
Come
You're
on.
not moving in the way that you need to be moving to make real adjustments and to be able to step outside of yourself to master yourself, not be controlled by yourself and our fleshly desires. And so we definitely realize, like, I feel like in this process, that's something that we've realized is that both systems are wrong. Both of these systems that the world, speaks on are wrong. One burns you out and the other will literally keep you stagnant.
Yeah, exactly. And so the world sees personal development and mastering yourself as the solution to your problems. And God has really revealed to us that it's all about obedience. That's the true solution here. It's
That's the word.
directly tied to our personal accountability to God and to ourselves. That is the only way that we are going
Mhm.
to see a lasting um, transformation and just elevation. Like it's because we don't want to live that way. Let's be honest. Like that
Yeah.
up and down, that in and out, it's not the conscious baddie way, baby. It's
Yeah.
actually a limited version and expression of what God wants to do through us.
You're so right. And it's actually draining. It's confusing. It's double mindedness. It'll keep you again in the same cycle, in the same loop. And so, what we're talking about is how to truly break the cycle. Because if you recognize that this is all about obedience, it's not about motivation. It's not
Right.
about your emotions. It's not about how you
They
feel.
don't
It's not about your circumstances. It's not about none of that. It's about obedience. One, like recognizing what God has called us to do, the tools that He's given us to do it, the reality that you don't have to rely on yourself. This is not self help. This is now, let's shift into the biblical perspective of how do I literally break this cycle? This is a pattern. And y'all, this is all spiritual. It's not just based on the world. And so when you're able to recognize that, yes, there's patterns of the world, but God calls us to be transformed and do not conform to the standards of the world. And that also means don't rely on what the world says about personal development when I've given you the tools to develop yourself in this word. And I'm the one that gives you your identity, not the world.
Yes. And you can renew your mind daily. Daily.
Exactly. And it takes it.
But it takes it. Yes. Like literally a new day, a new dawn. Get renewed, get in that word. Like honestly, I can't wait to start a fresh new day tomorrow because
Tomorrow.
I'm gonna wash off everything that happened today and just start anew. And I know that I can do that because God's word is just it's so cleansing. It's so
Mhm.
refreshing to just like be one with God, be present and humble my spirit and invite him in.
That's
Like
so good.
that's where it's at, y'all. That's where it's at.
Good. And I think like there's been practices that has really in the past since this new year has kicked off, like whether it's me doing the gym daily or even like we did this thing called Dominion Power Hour where we were showing up each day at 8:30 to work on kingdom work for 1 hour. And this was from mid-January all the way to the end. And it's literally shifted my perspective to what daily renewal literally means because you do not feel the same every day. There's different reasons to not do something every day. And no one day is the same.
You
So
know what?
yeah, when you
So
shift your mind about that and you start doing things on a daily basis, I feel like you feel more powerful. You're able to master yourself better. You're putting the power back into your hands instead of going with the flow or showing up based on circumstances or accountability or how other people need you to show up. You're able to be more accountable to yourself and to God. And that's why, we're locking in on obedience being that key ingredient, because it's now just not about me. Like once I got clear on my belief system, recognizing my body is a vessel for the Holy Spirit, that's why I want to keep my body in exceptional condition with intentional care, because if the Lord is housed here, I need to be top tier. Like I need to be intentional about how I'm upkeeping myself. Like what am I doing to make sure that I'm feeling good, looking good, and pushing, past my own comfort zone.
This is so good. And as for my challenge with timeliness, it comes down to God trusting me with the littlest things to be on time for, so that he can trust me with the big things to be on time for. Like
So
the
good, yeah.
conferences that I'm leading, like
Mhm.
the actual events that I'm throwing across the world, like, monumental, baby. So if I can clock in on time, imagine,
Come on now.
imagine if I can just lock in on this one little discipline here out of obedience to him and through my own faith. I just know God has more. God has more up his sleeve. Like this ain't nothing compared to what he got going on for me.
Love that. And it's connected to so much, because every time you show up for yourself, it increases your confidence. It
Yeah.
increases your faith, even in yourself. Like it makes you feel more self assured, like you got this and you believe in yourself to do what you say that you're going to do. Right.
Yeah.
So, with the word obedience, let's get into a quick definition, right? Because I feel like we relate obedience, and I think we said this in the past, but we relate obedience to like being a kid, and it's like you're being disobedient to your parents, and that might be where it started, but it's so much bigger than that. Even in your obedience as a child, your obedience was really for your protection. It was for your guidance to keep you on the path where what best serves you. Going to bed at a certain time and being obedient when your parent tells you it's bedtime is going to help you wake up and not be tired at school the next day. Like it's obedience is only for your benefit. So the definition of obedience is the act of there's a few definitions, but the act of willingly aligning your actions with a given authority, instruction, or truth. So at its core, obedience is not just hearing what is required, but choosing to follow through with trust and intention. Obedience means doing what is asked or what is right, even when it is inconvenient or when you don't feel like it. This is
Mm-hmm.
why it's not about your feelings and whether it's
Oh,
convenient for you to do.
this really touches on a great point. Obedience requires sacrifice often. You
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
sacrifice what you want to do, what you feel like doing, what you think is best, what you would rather do, like often,
Yes.
often,
Often. Daily.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
daily.
Exactly. In a faith centered sense, obedience is responding to God's guidance with action. Y'all, this is big. It is a posture of trust that says, I will live according to what I believe is true, rather than being led only by feelings or circumstance. Obedience is what is expressed through your behavior.
That's so
It's all about
powerful.
what you do. What you do, not what you talk about, not what you think about, not what's on your vision board, not what's
To
in your
her,
journal.
yeah.
Yeah. So it really takes application and just applying your faith and applying your knowledge and bringing your actions into an alignment with your beliefs.
Yes, let's clock that. Let's clock that with scripture, okay? Because
Clock
in
it.
James chapter 2, verse 17, it reads, in the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead.
Mm,
Faith without works is dead.
that's so good.
That means it's not going anywhere. Your faith cannot actually reap any reward. Like you
No,
don't
there's
get
no movement.
dead end.
It's a
It's
dead end. It's not attached to nothing. It's just here. And when we were looking into the Strong's Concordance to these words like faith, faith is beliefs. It's your
mhm,
assurance, it's fidelity. It's just like we're talking about our belief-based design system and how once we got clear about our beliefs and our truths, we then had to unsubscribe or subscribe to new actions. Faith
mhm.
is your beliefs. So, yeah, believing is one thing, but now what is the action that's being paired to affirm your belief and make it real? How
Yeah,
are you merging the thought and the knowledge of self into your reality and making it practical in real life?
that part. Yeah, because
Yeah,
God does not give us more assignments or expand our territory or influence if we're not willing to stand in our integrity and keep our word
that's
or
so true.
follow through on all of the commitments and obligations, even to ourselves.
Yeah,
What does obedience really look like in real time?
that is a question that we're going to be diving deep into in CBU because
Yeah.
like this is the real key, right? How do we make it real? Because it can definitely be uncomfortable and it probably won't look attractive to you or to the world.
Mm-hmm. Talk about it.
Yeah, that is good. But I'm definitely excited to continue this conversation in Conscious Baddies University so we can make it all practical and learn how to walk it out. Because in reality, this is the only way to self mastery. And it is much more possible than you think, because this is truly how you break the cycle
Mm-hmm.
and get to new levels. Okay.
Because I'm on a new level. Yeah, I'm on a
I'm
new
on
level.
a new level. Hey, that's a good one, girl. You should have told me about that. I would have played that little segment real quick. And
Come
it's the energy. That is exactly that energy. ASAP. As soon as possible. What
as
type of time you want? As
come
soon
on.
as possible. Like, are you really about that action?
Are
Are
you
you
really
about
about
that
that
action?
action? Don't talk about it. Be about it, boo.
Don't talk about it, be about it. So I'm trying to see who's really about that action. So we will see you guys over in Conscious Baddies University so we can dive even deeper into this conversation and figure out how by being obedient, the blessings are going to start pouring in. The cycles will be broken.
Okay,
Oh,
the chains will be. Oh yeah. Okay.
I know that's right. I'm excited, girl. So let's dive in. You guys have tuned into another episode of the Conscious Baddies podcast. If you enjoyed this, make sure you share it with a friend that's really about that action, because we need all of y'all to get in the group chat and let's definitely move forward and keep each other accountable.
Let's do
We
that.
do know we do know that Valentine's Day is about to be around the corner, and it's interesting because we're about to get into relationships.
Yes. So this week of self mastery wraps up our personal development series, and next is all about relationships. So buckle up, cause we're taking it there, boo.
We sure are. I know that's right. We will see you guys over in Conscious Baddies University right now. See you soon.
Mwah.